Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We are good to go. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Once again, I welcome you all to the next webinar in this series as a part of the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. We have learned a lot from our invaluable speakers about different sectors in more than 40 webinars. While we have been focusing on technology, innovation, utilization aspects in all these sectors, I thought it appropriate to connect you all to a learned and experienced speaker who has taken the clean fuels, that is biofuel, to focus on solving societal problems through social entrepreneurship. He has recognized that the social and environmental problems and has employed entrepreneurship principles so as to bring about a desired change and solution. He has also been awarded the Dyna Award for his contribution. And I would like to mention here that social entrepreneurship has now become a global phenomenon. And there are many people, or many learned people all over the world who have even received Nobel Prizes. I think in 2006, Muhammad Yunus, he got a Nobel Prize for his social entrepreneurship activities, which brought about positive changes. And I feel our young entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, Shrey Saxena, has also brought about a very big transformation and a positive effect in our society during his this thing. I don't want to stand in the way, and I would request Sarvesh to kindly share his profile. Thank you. Over to you, Sarvesh.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Shrey. He's engineer by qualification. He is a second generation social entrepreneur at Messrs. Growdiesel, which has a vision to make India fuel independent. His organization has a technology that process mixed municipal solid waste and convert it into biofuel. He started social entrepreneurship at the age of 14 and co-founded his first startup, INX Union, in a computer lab of Cambridge School. This venture generates an additional six-figure revenue for school every year since 2013. He has also served as an area director for non-profit District 41 Toastmaster International, which caters to North India, East India, Northeast India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, and has mentored over 50 individuals personally. He has worked with Red Bull as a marketing and branding specialist and handled their activities in four European countries, namely Spain, France, Belgium, and Netherlands. He was among the top six people from India to be selected for this campaign. He received the prestigious Dyna Award by British royal family for his innovative social project. He is internationally recognized public speaker and has worked with various organizations in the past since at the age of 18. He's also TEDx and Joe's talk speaker and has taken multiple sessions on social entrepreneurship and communication at various organizations such as HCL, Adobe, Monotype, ITT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT Calcutta, IIT Solong, Sonalika, Tractor, and Amity University, etc. He also saved a social initiative by Hero Cycle, in which volunteers from 15 plus countries participated in order to educate 2,000 plus children on cleanliness in village of Himachal Pradesh. He has always believed in innovations that can change lives of people. At Growdiesel, he feels best to fight climate change through action by converting waste into biofuel. Over to you, Mr. Shrey. Thank you.
A very green afternoon to all the people from Skill Council for Green Jobs. I really thank Dr. Dhameja, Dr. Saxena, and the entire team for giving me this opportunity to bring some knowledge in front of all of you about social entrepreneurship in biofuels specifically. So I would just want to share the presentation with all of you. I hope my presentation is visible. If you can type yes in the chat box. Okay, yes, I believe my presentation is visible. So before we start, I have few simple rules that I would request all of you to please abide by. Number one, keep a pen or a notebook with all of you. Number two, remove all the distractions that you may have. Number 3, be active on the chat box when asked. And number 4, watch till the end. Because I assure you, if you watch this session till the end, you would understand a lot of things that how you can get started in the biofuel sector. Now, why are you here? What makes you here? So the audience, different audience who are there with us, what brings you to this session? See, I've kept this session very interactive so that it doesn't become very boring and it doesn't sound like कि सिर्फ मैं ही बातें करे जा रहा हूँ and सिर्फ आपको बोले जा रहा हूँ. So I've kept this entire session very interactive. So it would be really great if you are active throughout the chat box. So I'll quickly share that what to expect from this session. So we'll start by talking about the basics of entrepreneurship. We'll talk about concepts of value creation and problem solving. We'll understand what exactly is social entrepreneurship all about. Then we'll understand about the global crude oil and gas crisis. Then we'll understand, we have a case study to understand inflation. Then what is the negative effect of being dependent on other nations for fossil fuels and the geopolitics behind it? What is the growing waste crisis that the entire country and the entire world is facing? What is the secret behind converting waste into wealth, or how I like to call it, converting trash to cash? Then we have a case study of Delhi's first waste to wealth project at Chief Minister's office. Then we have talked a little bit about the technology that we have. Then what are the technicalities of converting waste into biofuel? What are the applications of green energy and biofuels? What are the global investments that are being done in the green energy and biofuel sector specifically? Then how you can earn more than 2.5 lakh rupees per month in this particular industry? And what are the career opportunities for you that lie in the green energy sector? So let's get started. Now, before I start talking about the whole concept of biofuels and social entrepreneurship, I would like to give you a little introduction about who I am and why you should listen to me. So I'm a second generation social entrepreneur at Growdiesel. And my first stint with social entrepreneurship was at the age of 14 in the computer lab of Cambridge School. So this venture that we did in association with my friends generates a 6-figure additional revenue for the school every year since 2013. Then I have worked with Red Bull and I have handled their international branding campaign, namely in 4 European countries, Spain, France, Belgium, and Netherlands. I was among the top 6 people to be selected for this campaign. Then I'm a TEDx and a Josh Talk speaker, and I've served as an area director at District 41 Toastmasters International. Then I've worked with Hero Cycles, in which we gave shape to their social initiative called Mission Smile, in which we educated more than 2,000 children in the villages of Himachal Pradesh, in which volunteers from more than 15 countries participated. Then these are a few of the corporates, colleges, and universities in which I've had a pleasure to deliver sessions about social entrepreneurship, biofuels, and communication. Then these are a few of the appreciation letters about my work from top IAS officers, corporates, and from District 41 Toastmasters International itself. Then very recently, I was awarded the prestigious Diana Award by the British Royal Family for the innovative work that we have been doing. So a little bit introduction about the founder of Growdiesel, my mentor, my guru, and my father. So Mr. Atul Saxena is a dairy technologist from National Dairy Research Institute, and his education from NDRI gave him a deep insight about process engineering, equipment manufacturing, project management, and marketing. Now, how many of you have heard about the Mango Maza drink project? I'm pretty sure आप लोगों ने Mango Maza drink जरूर कभी ना कभी पिया होगा. So Mango Maza is currently one of the highest sold drinks in India, and in 2021 it overtook Coca-Cola. So Mr. Atul Saxena was hired to set up all the manufacturing units of Mango Maza from concept to commissioning. So what is concept to commissioning? जब भी कोई चीज पेपर पे होती है, उसको पेपर से रियल लाइफ में उसको रियल प्रोजेक्ट इंप्लीमेंट करने पे, उसको रियल ग्राउंड पे लाने को कमिश्निंग बोलते हैं. So he was the person who took care of concept of commissioning of Mango Maza project. Then he has worked with United Nations in the past, and his job was to travel the world and bring all the energy efficient technologies for the manufacturing sector to India. Then he has also co-authored the world's first publication on algae biofuels. Now, what do we do at Growdiesel? आज अगर आपके सेशन के बाद लोग आपसे पूछे, जो आपने सेशन अटेंड किया था, आपने क्या सीखा? What was the organization doing? So at Growdiesel, we are doing two things: waste elimination and biofuel generation. At Growdiesel, we convert waste into wealth through our reactor-based patented technology. So the wet waste is converted into compressed biogas, CBG, and the plastic waste is converted into green diesel. So this is what we do at Growdiesel. So this is some of the impact that as an organization we have been able to create. We have been able to eliminate more than 250,000 metric tons of municipal waste, and we have been able to generate more than 20 million kgs of biofuel. These are few of the prestigious government institutions with whom we had a pleasure to work with. These are few of the prestigious donors that we have in our non-profit venture. And these are few of the private organizations with whom we had a pleasure to work with. Now, who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur, अगर हम पूछे, बोले, आपसे पूछे, who is an entrepreneur in the simplest of terms? So I'll tell you that what my definition of an entrepreneur is. So entrepreneur is someone who either creates value or solves problem or does both the things. Entrepreneur एक ये ऐसा व्यक्ति होता है या तो वो कोई वैल्यू क्रिएट करता है, या तो वो कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता है, या वो दोनों चीजें करता है. So I'll explain this, the concept of value creation, through a very simple example. So imagine करते हैं एक फार्मर है जिसने अपने पूरे acres of land में उसने अपना एक बीज बोया wheat का. ना इसने ये जो फार्मर है इसने 5 रुपए पर केजी के हिसाब से ट्रांसपोर्टर का अपना सारा गेहूं बेच दिया. Now this transporter bought the wheat from the farmer and he sold that wheat to the miller at 10 rupees per kg. इस मिलर ने क्या करा? इस मिलर ने उसको गेहूं से उसको पूरा अच्छे से पीसा, उसको पूरा चक्की में डाला एंड उसको पाउडर फॉर्म में पैकेट करके डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर को 25 रुपए पर केजी के हिसाब से बेच दिया. इस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ने क्या करा? डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ने अपना मार्जिन रख के 50 रुपए पर केजी के हिसाब से डोमिनोज पिज्जा को बेच दिया. डोमिनोज पिज्जा ने क्या करा? उस आटे का पिज्जा बनाया एंड कंज्यूमर को बेच दिया 500 रुपए पर पिज्जा के हिसाब से. सो इफ यू सी, जो चीज 5 रुपए पर केजी के हिसाब से शुरू हुई थी, हर लेवल पे उसका एक वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, हर लेवल पे उसकी एक वैल्यू क्रिएशन हुआ. एंड बाय द टाइम जब तक वो हमारे हाथ में पिज्जा की फॉर्म में आया, वो सेम 5 रुपए की चीज 500 रुपए की हो चुकी थी. दिस इज कॉल्ड वैल्यू क्रिएशन इन द सिंपलेस्ट ऑफ टर्म्स. Now, what is problem solving? Problem solving क्या होता है? So let's assume there's a locality in Greater Noida, and यहाँ पे a total of 10,000 car owners are there. Now the problem is, जब भी इनकी गाड़ी में कोई problem होती है, they have to travel for 10 plus kilometers for repair and maintenance of the vehicles. Now एक entrepreneur है राजू नाम का, who identified this gap कि लोगों को 10-10 किलोमीटर दूर जाना पड़ रहा है एंड वहां पे लोगों को वेट करना पड़ता है 2-2 घंटा एंड फिर गाड़ी को वापस लेके आना होता है. He identified that this was a consumer problem. So what he does, उसने एक 3 किलोमीटर विसिनिटी में एक गैरेज खोल लिया. सेकेंड, उसने एक वैल्यू एडेड सर्विस प्रोवाइड करी कि वो कस्टमर के घर से गाड़ी पिक करेगा, जो गाड़ी ठीक हो जाएगी उसको वापस ड्रॉप करेगा. एंड दैट इज हाउ ही गॉट access to 10,000 potential car customers. That is why I say an entrepreneur is someone who either creates value or solves problem or does both the things. So understood the meaning of entrepreneurship? Type yes in the chat box if you did. Now let's come to the question, who is a social entrepreneur? Social entrepreneur कौन होता है? Now if you ask me who are social entrepreneurs, the answer is they are superheroes. Yes. The reason I say that social entrepreneurs are superheroes is because social entrepreneurs identify important social problems and use innovation to solve them. Now, do you think that social entrepreneurship is all about charity? क्या social entrepreneurship society के लिए कोई problem solve करना, is it just about charity? Just type yes or no in the chat box, whatever you feel. Well, the answer to this question is no. Because no. And I know some of you must be having this reaction कि हमें तो लगता था कि social entrepreneurship is just about charity, we'll raise some funds, it is about opening an NGO. But I'll prove all of you wrong. People who thought that social entrepreneurship is all about charity. Now, who is this person you see? Can you identify the person on the screen? I request everyone to please be responsive because COVID के time पे कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है that I'm the one who's always talking to the screen. So it feels really good if the session is interactive. So the person is none other than Elon Musk with a net worth of more than $200 billion, known for companies like Tesla and SpaceX. And the richest person on the planet is a social entrepreneur. Through Tesla, he's bringing a revolution in the transport sector by reducing carbon emissions to great extent. And through SpaceX, he reimagined the concept of reusable rockets. So the richest person on the planet is actually a social entrepreneur. So social entrepreneurship is not about charity. It is about giving back to the society through service and innovation. It is about solving a tough problem for the society and make the world a better place to live. And at Growdiesel, we are solving two big social problems: waste elimination and biofuel generation. So what are biofuels? Biofuels hote kya hain? Biofuels are alternative of fossil fuels. Now, biofuels are of three forms: solid biofuel, liquid biofuel, and gaseous biofuel. If you talk about liquid biofuel, we have ethanol and biodiesel. If you talk about gaseous biofuel, we have compressed biogas. Now, solid biofuels can replace coal. Liquid biofuels can replace petrol, diesel, and industrial oil. And the gaseous biofuels can replace CNG and LPG. But wait, are they even big enough problems? जो हम waste की and fossil fuels को replace करने की बात कर रहे हैं, क्या ये इतनी बड़ी problem है भी actually? Now listen to this particular part very, very carefully, because people who are new to the concept of social entrepreneurship or crude oil, their minds will be blown away. So let me explain the global crude oil and gas crisis. So friends, when I was in my second grade in 2003, हमारा एक चैप्टर होता था environmental studies करके, and environmental studies में हमें ये बताया गया था कि हमारे पास सिर्फ 60 years का crude oil बचा है. Only 60 years of crude oil is left. If I talk about the current data as per 2022, we just have 40 years of crude oil reserves that are left with us. सिर्फ 40 साल का crude oil हमारे पास रह गया है. Second problem पे आते हैं, that what is even a bigger problem than this, and that is the dependency on crude oil and gas producing nations. Now, how many of you have been following the Russia-Ukraine war? आप लोगों में से कितने लोगों ने Russia-Ukraine war follow करी है? Now, listen to this part very carefully, because there is a very hidden lesson in this case study, and that is Europe has 28 countries, 28 countries in Europe में, and Europe's 1/3 crude oil demand is fulfilled by Russia. जो यूरोप का 1/3 crude oil and gas आता है वो रशिया से आता है. Now, when this war broke out, Europe decided to support Ukraine and they went against Russia. जब ये लड़ाई हुई, यूरोपियन यूनियन ने कहा कि हम तो यूक्रेन की साइड हैं, we are going to impose sanctions on Russia, and they went against Russia. So Russia ने क्या सोचा? Russia decided to stop the supply of their crude oil and gas to Europe. And the result, the price of energy generated from crude oil and gas went up by 600% in Europe. Can you believe that? The price of energy from crude oil and gas went up by 600%. There's a major energy crisis that is going on in Europe. And uska reason kya tha? Because they were heavily dependent on Russia for their imports. And when they had to choose sides in that war, they went against Russia, and that dependency costed them. But why we should be bothered? Because whenever prices of oil, gas, or the energy produced from it increases, everything gets expensive. I would urge all of you, आप एक मिनट के लिए pause लीजिए and just look around. आप एक बार अपने आसपास सारी चीजों को ऑब्जर्व करिए. आपकी पानी की बोतल, आपका मोबाइल फोन, आपका कंप्यूटर, आपका एनीथिंग दैट इज अराउंड यू, दिस टेबल, चेयर, व्हाटएवर, ये जो भी चीजें आप अपने अराउंड देख रहे हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं मैन्युफैक्चर हुई होंगी, राइट? नाउ ड्यूरिंग द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एनर्जी यूज हुई होगी या फ्यूल यूज हुआ होगा. नाउ नेचुरली सी बात है, व्हेन द प्राइस ऑफ क्रूड ऑयल इज गोइंग अप and the energy being produced from it is increasing, the cost of manufacturing will automatically increase. And factory से वो दुकान तक लाने का जो लॉजिस्टिकल कॉस्ट है, जिस ट्रक में वो आ रहा है, वो ट्रक डीजल या सीएनजी जिस भी फ्यूल पे चल रहा है, उसकी भी लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी. सो जो उसकी कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है वो भी इंक्रीज होगी. तो अल्टीमेटली इसको बेयर कौन करेगा? इसको बेयर करेगा एंड कंज्यूमर. दैट इज व्हाई whenever there is a rise in the crude oil price, crude oil and gas price, there is a rise in inflation, and that is why everything gets expensive, because the majority of the countries are dependent on crude oil and gas on few selected nations. That is why it is such a major problem. And there's a saying that why you should be bothered, because the institutions that control crude oil and gas control the entire world. Now, just a quick question. How many US dollars worth of crude oil does India import every single year? हम लोग दूसरे देशों से कितना क्रूड ऑयल एंड गैस खरीदते हैं हर साल? Any figure? 10 million, 8 billion, 2 billion, 5 billion, whatever comes to your mind. There are no wrong answers to. So please put it in the chat box. Come on. So the answer is more than $100 billion. We import more than $100 billion worth of crude oil and gas every year. Now, if these two richest people in India, Mr. Ambani and Mr. Adani, decide to donate all their wealth for buying crude oil and gas, their entire wealth will be exhausted in just 2 years. मतलब इमेजिन करिए, जो भी इनकी नेटवर्थ है, इफ दे डिसाइड कि ये सारी अपनी नेटवर्थ इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को दे रही है, लेकिन उसकी कंडीशन ये है कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इससे सिर्फ क्रूड ऑयल खरीद सकती है, their entire wealth will be exhausted in just 2 years. Can you believe that? Now, another quick question. How much metric tons of waste is generated in India? In Delhi, sorry. Delhi में कितना metric tons of waste is being generated? The per day waste generation in Delhi is more than 10,000 metric tons. Now, let me make you imagine how big this number is. Do you see this truck on your screens? एक बार इस ट्रक को देखिए आप अच्छे से. Multiply this by 2,000. This is the amount of waste that the National Capital Territory, National Capital Territory, Delhi, is generating every single day. 10,000 metric tons. This landfill which we have at Gazipur will soon surpass the height of Taj Mahal. If I talk about India's waste generation, in India, we generate more than 170,000 metric tons of waste every single day. You see this truck once again. एक बार इस ट्रक को आप देखिए. Multiply this by 34,000. This is the amount of waste that we are generating every single day in our country. Now, waste is actually a big problem. However, at Growdiesel, for us, waste is actually a resource. Because we convert waste into biofuel and green energy. So today, all of you have discovered a secret that what you used to think as trash can be converted into real cash. Now, this knowledge which I shared with you must have changed your perspective. And this knowledge can actually help you begin a career in the green energy and biofuel sector. Now, let me give you a practical case study of a real project जिसमें Dr. Dhameja ने भी बहुत support किया था इस project में, and all the people from Skill Council for Green Jobs are involved. Dr. Saxena was there, and they heavily supported to get this project a reality. The story dates back to the year 2008 when a team started working on waste to biofuel technologies. इससे पहले we were making biofuel from different sources, but 2008 में मैं realize हुआ that we need a source जो बहुत ही ज्यादा मात्रा में available है and जिसमें hydrocarbon है. So anything that has hydrogen and carbon can be converted into biofuel and energy. So we thought that we started working on waste to biofuel technologies, and then we first made WTG 1XG technology, in which we were converting the wet waste, जो हमारा गीला कचरा आता है, into compressed biogas या फिर bio PNG, जो भी आप उसे बोलें. So 2010 में we completed the development and delivered a presentation to former Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Sheila Dikshit ma'am. And in that presentation, she was sitting along with all the top bureaucrats of the Delhi government. And after the presentation, she said that मैं 15 साल से दिल्ली में हूँ, बहुत लोग कचरे के ऊपर बात करके आए और चले गए, लेकिन कोई कुछ काम नहीं हुआ. To which our team said, ma'am, you give us one chance. If the project works, it's yours. If it doesn't work, we'll take this project away. So she said, ठीक है, आप इसको मेरे ऑफिस में लगा दो, मैं इसको रोज देखूंगी. And on August 20th, 2010, we established Delhi's first waste to biofuel project at Delhi Chief Minister's office, which was inaugurated by our former Chief Minister herself. And abhi just थोड़े दिन पहले ही we completed its 12th year of existence. हमने इस project के 12 साल complete हो गए, and it is still successfully working. So after knowing this case study, how many of you now believe that waste to wealth is 100% possible? Just type yes in the chat box. अगर आप लोगों का belief और strong हो गया है that making biofuels from waste is actually possible, just type yes in the chat box. Now, waste to wealth is 100% possible. And imagine what people throw considering as waste can be used to generate wealth. So how do we convert waste to wealth? अब थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल इसको बोलते हैं, सोचते हैं आप लोगों के शायद कुछ क्वेश्चंस होंगे कि एक्चुअली होता कैसे है. Just give me one moment. So जो हमारी टेक्नोलॉजी है, that is based on the principles of human digestive systems. I want all of you to imagine your favorite food. आपका जो भी favorite खाना है ना, आप एक बार उसे imagine करिए. And imagine that you will be eating that food. Now, हम सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं खाने के साथ? The first thing that we do is we chew that food with our teeth, and that is mixed with the saliva. Then what happens? That that food is broken down into volatile fatty acids. Then uska further breakdown hota hai so that our body can easily extract energy from that food. So this is what is happening. This is how our body extracts energy. And this is exactly what we are doing in our technology through our bioreactors. जो हमारे bioreactors हैं, these are actually a replica of human body's digestive system. ठीक है? So जो इसका first process होता है, that is hydrolysis. जिसमें हम जो वेस्ट को छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में काट देते हैं और उसको पानी के साथ मिक्स करते हैं. द सेकेंड प्रोसेस इज एसिडोजेनेसिस, जिसमें वो जो वेस्ट है वो ब्रेक डाउन होता है वॉलेटाइल फैटी एसिड्स में. देन वो फर्दर ब्रेक, द थर्ड प्रोसेस इज एसिटोजेनेसिस, जिसमें वो जो फूड है हमारा फर्दर इट ब्रेक्स डाउन इनटू एसीटोन्स. एंड देन the final process is methanogenesis, in which we extract methane gas out of it. And methane क्या होती है? Methane is nothing but natural gas. And उसके applications क्या है? It can be used for transportation, it can be used in industrial, it can be used for household cooking or commercial cooking, it can be used for electricity generation, and it can also be used for electric vehicle charging. So a lot of times I have been asked this question कि अब तो श्रेय इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स आ रहे हैं, तो अब तो हमें फ्यूल की, फॉसिल फ्यूल वगैरह की कोई जरूरत है ही नहीं. नाउ माय आंसर टू दिस assumption is that in our country more than 80% of our country doesn't receive electricity for full 24 hours. ऐसे बहुत सारी जगहें हैं हमारे पूरे देश में जहां पे पूरे 24 घंटे के लिए ही हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं आती. हम यहाँ से दिल्ली से थोड़ी दूर नोएडा साइड भी चले जाएं या ग्रेटर नोएडा साइड या फिर फरीदाबाद भी चले जाएं, वहां पे भी आधे घंटे या 1 घंटे का पावर कट कभी ना कभी हो ही जाता है. एंड इफ वी गो टू द रिमोट पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री, वहां पे तो और थोड़ी ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की. नाउ इमेजिन दिस, हमारे देश में जो इतने करोड़ों व्हीकल्स हैं, इंक्लूडिंग 2 व्हीलर्स, 3 व्हीलर्स, हैवी ड्यूटी व्हीकल्स, ट्रैक्टर्स, ट्रक्स, एवरीथिंग, अगर हमें ये सारी चीजें कन्वर्ट करनी है इलेक्ट्रिक पे, कैन यू इमेजिन हाउ मच इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वी नीड टू चार्ज दीज व्हीकल्स फर्स्ट. एंड ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कहां से आएगी? ये आएगी ग्रीन एनर्जी से. While solar and wind are definitely very good options, but they have their own set of challenges. And यहाँ पे रोल आता है biofuels का. Let's say India is an agriculture country, जहाँ पे we generate a lot of agriculture waste. We are a farmers country. So farmers का जो इतना सारा जो waste आता है, हम उसको बायोफ्यूल में कन्वर्ट करके उससे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट करके उससे फाइनली हम इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल चार्ज करें. So it is a very good phenomena. It is actually an example of circular economy. So that is why electric vehicles and biofuels they're not competitors. They complement each other. In fact, Bill Gates has very famously said that for a country like India to succeed in electric vehicles, the success of biofuels is mandatory. कि मैंने नहीं कहा था, this has been said by Bill Gates on multiple occasions. Now you can become an ecopreneur. आपने अभी तक जो भी knowledge gain करी, based on that you can understand that there are a lot of opportunities through which you can become an ecopreneur. And who is an ecopreneur? Social entrepreneurs working for environment are called ecopreneurs. And at Growdiesel, we want to create ecopreneurs in association with Skill Council for Green Jobs. And by becoming an ecopreneur, you can make a dent in the following sectors. You can make a dent in the transport sector. You can make a dent in the manufacturing sector. You can make a dent in the commercial household cooking sector. You can make a dent in the power sector. You can make a dent in the electric vehicle charging sector. And you can also make a dent in the organic farming sector. Because जो हमारे byproducts होते हैं, that is a very high quality biofertilizer which can be used for organic farming. So now let me throw a little bit of light on the investments that have been done in the green energy sector globally. This is globally the green energy sector, which includes solar, biofuels and everything. As per United Nations Environment Program, more than $2.5 trillion have been invested in the green energy sector globally from year 2010 to year 2020. So you talk about the top Indian companies. ये मैंने कुछ example लिए हैं. आप इनको आपस में add कर दीजिए. You multiply it by 10. even then, this figure doesn't reach the amount of investment that has been done in the green energy sector. And this investment will continue to grow for two reasons. Number one, to tackle climate change. And number two, to reduce dependencies on oil producing nations. So we used our biofuel in a Formula 4 car racing team as well, and our team ended up winning majority of the races. And I'll just quickly give you an example as well of use of biofuel to fight COVID pandemic. Just give me one moment. Yeah. So ध्यान से देखना इस वीडियो को. And during COVID, when the entire world came to a standstill due to COVID-19, the government was looking for a solution to increase COVID testing services, and they wanted to keep their medical workers extremely safe. So we thought that instead of people going to the testing centers, what if the testing centers or the vaccination center comes to them? And then we came up with an idea of COVID testing and vaccination mobile clinic. So first, we made a COVID testing mobile clinic in association with CRPF. We raised funds for it. हमने ये पूरा एक full-fledged mobile clinic बनाया, and we donated it to Delhi government. We donated multiple such clinics to Delhi government. And then we finally, after the success of it, we made COVID vaccination mobile clinic in association with few of our CSR partners. SBI was there, and we tied up with Mercedes-Benz. हमने Mercedes की बस के अंदर पूरा एक full-fledged mobile clinic बनाया. And ये एक छोटा सा वीडियो है, and trust me, you will enjoy watching this video. So एक 2 मिनट का छोटा सा वीडियो है that what we exactly did. Alexa, open and sanitize the mobile clinic. I was the first person जिसको हमारे मोबाइल क्लिनिक में वैक्सीन लगी थी first. So this we donated to Delhi government and Haryana government. And जो हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट का जो हमने जब डोनेशन किया था, तो ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ हरियाणा हिमसेल्फ inaugurated this project. So, and this mobile clinic runs on biofuels. So how's the session going till now? कैसा लग रहा है session? Are you having a good time? Okay, so let's quickly have a recap of the value that you got today. So you understood about basics of entrepreneurship, concepts of value creation and problem solving, understanding of social entrepreneurship, the global crude oil and gas crisis, case study to understand inflation, effect of being dependent on other nations for our crude oil, the growing waste crisis, converting waste to wealth, case study of Delhi's first waste to wealth project, about the Growdiesel's patented technology, technicalities of converting waste into biofuel, applications of green energy and biofuel, global investments that have been done in the green energy sector, and the case study during COVID that we did, the use of biofuels during COVID. Now let's come to a question that how you can start generating revenue from this sector. So let's understand that what are the opportunities in the waste management sector. So let's take an example of commercial complexes, government buildings, group housing societies. And let's take an example of a mall. So मान लीजिए अगर हम एक मॉल का एग्जांपल लेते हैं, so मॉल में क्या होता है, एक फूड कोर्ट होता है, then there are a lot of outlets जहाँ पे हमारे पास बहुत सारे वो होते हैं, what do we say, dry waste होता है. So एक compliance है, there's a notification by the government of India of complying to municipal solid waste rules. So municipal solid waste rules क्या है कि जिस भी बल्क वेस्ट जनरेटर क्या होते हैं, कोई भी ऐसा एस्टैब्लिशमेंट जहां पे पर डे मोर देन 100 kgs ऑफ वेस्ट इज बीइंग जनरेटेड, उन इंस्टीट्यूशंस को अपने प्रीमाइस के अंदर ही वेट वेस्ट को टैकल करना है. दिस इज अ रेगुलेशन बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. So to enable institutions to comply with these regulations, you can jump in and encash this opportunity. So अगर मैं मॉल की बात करूं, मॉल की जो हमने मॉल को 3 कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड करा है, स्मॉल, मीडियम एंड लार्ज. सो अगर हम स्मॉल एक मॉल की बात करें जहां पे 50 के अराउंड शोरूम्स हैं, द इन्वेस्टमेंट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर टू सेट अप अ प्लांट विल बी अराउंड 7 lakhs and the income opportunity will be between 60,000 rupees to 1.25 lakh rupees per month. Talking about a medium mall, the investment will be around 10 lakhs and the income opportunity will be between 1.25 lakh rupees to 3.5 lakh rupees per month. Talking about a large mall, the investment will be around 20 lakhs and the income opportunity is between 3.5 lakhs to 6 lakh rupees per month. So if we talk about the return on investment, it's between 100 to 250%, the ROI. Talking about group housing societies, the investment here is between 70% to 200%. So taking an example, जहाँ पे अगर 1000 flats है, so investment here will be around 10 lakh rupees and the income opportunity per month will be between 1 lakh rupees to 1.5 lakh rupees per month. And if we talk about a large society जहाँ पे 2500 या उससे ज़्यादा flats है, the investment will be around 25 lakh rupees and the income opportunity per month there is more than 5 lakh rupees. Opportunities in the biofuel sector, तो मान लीजिए एक इंडस्ट्री है, what you can suggest to them is that they can cut their fuel costs up to 50%. So जो rate of commercial LPG है, it varies from 100 rupees to 120 rupees depending from state to state. So एक हमने एवरेज लिया है 110 रुपए पर केजी का. अगर किसी फैक्ट्री की फ्यूल कंजम्पशन इज अराउंड 1000 kgs पर डे, which turns out to be 30,000 kgs per month, the fuel bill that person must be paying will be around 33 lakh rupees per month. साल की अगर बात करें तो 3.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा का वो फ्यूल बिल पे कर रहा है अभी. नाउ जो हमारी कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन आती है, जो हमारी कॉस्ट ऑफ गैस प्रोडक्शन आती है, अगर वो खुद का बायोफ्यूल प्लांट लगा ले कोई इंडस्ट्री, सो द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन विल बी ₹45 रुपीज पर केजी. ये फिगर कहीं भी रहती है फ्रॉम 35 रुपीज टू 50 रुपीज के बीच में रहती है प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट. एक एवरेज हमने 45 रुपीज लेके चला है. तो अब जो उसका न्यू फ्यूल बिल है दैट इज अराउंड 13.5 लाख रुपीज एंड जो उसका ईयरली फ्यूल बिल आएगा दैट विल बी अराउंड 1.6 करोड़ रुपीज. सो द एक्स्ट्रा मनी अर्न्ड बाय द फैक्ट्री ओनर इज रफली 1.70 करोड़ रुपीज. तो मान लीजिए अगर वो जो फ्यूल अभी इंपोर्ट कर रहा है, जो इतना सारा फ्यूल खरीद रहा है, अगर वो एक बायोफ्यूल सेटअप अपनी फैक्ट्री में ही लगा ले तो दे कैन कट अप टू 50% ऑफ देयर फ्यूल बिल. So when you are going as a solution provider to them, that is the sweet spot where you can become, you can explore social entrepreneurship in this sector. So the return on investment here is between 50% to 100%. So if we talk about opportunities in electric vehicle charging, so let's assume that अगर आप किसी ऐसे एरिया में रहते हैं जहाँ पे बहुत सारे electric vehicles हैं, so what you can do is you can set up charging points and you can charge 150 rupees per night from the e-rickshaw person. मान लीजिए आपने टोटल 50 चार्जिंग पॉइंट्स लगाए हैं, So the monthly revenue here, you'll be getting around more than 2 lakh rupees. So these are few of the opportunities in the electric vehicle charging as well. Then you can tie up with malls, metros, parkings, and etc. So before before we conclude this session, how many of you have seen Shark Tank? Shark Tank कितने लोगों ने देखा है? I am pretty sure काफी लोगों ने देखा होगा Shark Tank. So the reason I absolutely love this show is because this show sparked a conversation in the households of middle class families about becoming an entrepreneur, starting their own venture. So जिन घरों में लोग बात करते थे कि हमें अपने बेटे को आईएएस बनाना है, डॉक्टर बनाना है, इंजीनियर बनाना है, आज उन्हीं घरों में एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की बात हो रही है. एंड हो सकता है जो लोग अटेंड कर रहे हैं, आप लोगों में से भी बहुत लोगों ने सोचा होगा कि आपको कोई बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है, कोई इंडस्ट्री एक्सप्लोर करनी है. आप जब भी हम कोई बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं तो कुछ स्ट्रगल्स हमारे साथ आती हैं. स्ट्रगल्स लाइक स्टार्टअप आइडिया. यार आइडिया क्या होगा? चलो आइडिया आ भी गया तो उसके लिए फंडिंग कहाँ से आएगी? चलो मान लिया फंडिंग भी आ गई. देन आता है कि मार्केट एक्सेस कहाँ से आएगा? चलो अब मार्केट एक्सेस जो मेरा बन गया, मैंने प्रोडक्ट भी बेच दिया, बट इन सारी चीजों को करने की कैपेबिलिटी, मेंटरशिप, ये सब मेरे को कहाँ से मिलेगी? So how to get started? Knowledge is power, and platforms like Skill Council for Green Jobs provide you that kind of knowledge that how you can get started. So Skill Council of Green Jobs के बहुत सारे programs हैं that will actually give you a lot of knowledge that how you can get started in the biofuel sector. So this was the end of my session. If there are any questions, if you would like to ask me, I'll be happy to answer all your questions. And this was all from my end. My name is Shrey Saxena, and we can get connected on LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you feel like. Thank you once again to Dr. Dhameja, Dr. Saxena, and all the people from Skill Council for Green Jobs for giving me this opportunity to take this session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Shreya. It was very nice listening to you, and you presented the entire thing in a very simple manner and correlated it with the social entrepreneurship. So I don't know, Dr. Saxena is also here.
Yeah, Shreya, let me just say in one word that all the best. In fact, it has been a very, very encouraging, very good presentation by you. And we look forward as Sector Skill Council to youngsters like you to really lead our entrepreneurship program. It brings a different credibility to the entire program. If a young entrepreneur is talking to his counterparts and trying to make them convince that yes, this is a good way to forward. If we talk about it, we say, okay, you have never done entrepreneurship and you are talking about entrepreneurship. So we need people like you. And believe me, the entire Skill Council would be very happy to support your effort. And in fact, we would also need your support to mentor our entrepreneurship program. All the best, Bache.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You have been very supportive in all our endeavors.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I don't think there are any questions. The entire presentation was so simple and so well connected. And there was a lot to learn from it. You know, that was the best part of it. So I should also wish you all the best and wish you that we remain connected with us and we try to complement each other's efforts.
Absolutely.
What we do.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah, and my question only is, what is your next project? If you can answer. How do you want to take up a next project? You have done the COVID mobile vaccination scheme. Now, how to use biofuel further in your projects? You're producing fine, but what?
So we are targeting societies and group housing societies, and we are targeting large fuel consumers. So people, factories who are generating, who have massive fuel bills, those are our potential targets. Secondly, group housing societies, malls, establishments that generate a lot of waste, more than 100 kgs of waste per day. Those can be potential customers.
Okay.
Shrey, you can also talk about the the activity we are planning to certify certain vendors who would be giving segregated waste, or how do we recycle in malls, and also what is on our drawing board?
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Saxena and Dr. Dhameja, they have been very supportive in all the initiatives that we have been doing. So, अभी एक हमने Greater Noida में एक mall के साथ tie up करा है, जिसमें I'm not sure if you have been to God City Mall. It is the second largest mall of Noida, and हमने उनके साथ tie up करके we have undertaken their entire waste management. And हमने क्या करा, उन्हीं के premise में हमने एक machine लगाई है. Wet waste से we are generating biofuel there. And जो हमारा dry waste है, we are giving back to the authorized recyclers. Now the thing is, जो भी यहाँ पे हमें segregated waste दे रहा है, after their due diligence, we plan to issue a joint certificate in association with Skill Council for Green Jobs to these institutions who are giving us segregated waste. In fact, sir, अभी हमने क्या करा है, हमने अभी बहुत ही recently MCD के साथ भी collaborate करा है. And we are officially working with them. So जो रोहिणी side के जितने भी malls हैं, वहाँ पे we have started to conduct waste audits. Post the waste audits, the malls which are not complying, we will be providing them solution, and we can issue certificates to them as well once we have done the sanitization of the entire place. From waste collection to segregation, all those things have been done. So that is one more immediate thing that we are doing right now.
Thank you so much. And in fact, I would like to suggest all those who are listening to this talk, if you want to join this effort of Shreya, Growdiesel, and Skill Council, you are all welcomed. We would be placing this entire speech and the presentation on our website, so anybody who's interested in looking at it can certainly listen to this, see it again, and I'm sure we would be also conducting entrepreneurship programs around biofuels and diesels and all those things. So, Dr. Dhameja, all yours. You are on mute.
Yeah, I want to thank once again Shreya for giving a wonderful presentation, a good talk on a very short notice. And I want to thank all the participants for participating in this webinar series, which we are trying to link it, and we are trying to make it as diverse as possible. Thank you once again to all. And I don't think there are any questions. If there are any questions, you are welcome. Yeah, I think everything was very clear, Shreya. So have a nice day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shrey.